What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TCG Tuesdays. It's me, Pallet Town Smeargle. We've got a deck profile for you today that's finally not an update to something we have done before. This is a standard version of a deck that I've been trying to put together in standard and or expanded for quite some time, just because I think it is super fun. And unlike most of our other deck profiles, we're not going to start off with our EXs. We actually have to start off with our non-EX Pokemon so that you can understand the point of this deck. This is a deck that a lot of people have been profiling, and I'm finally just getting around to doing it because I think I've built it the way I want to play it and the way I want to build it. So we're going to be playing Rainbow Force Xerneas. That first attack is amazing. For a double colorless and a fairy energy, you do 10 damage plus 20 more for each different type on your bench. Holy buckets, this card can hit huge numbers. Not to mention that Cosmic Power Creation could be really good used with things like the new Sylveon from Generations. Haven't had a chance to pick one up yet, so might be testing that out later, but we're going to show you the deck as it is right now. So 4 copies of the Rainbow Force Xerneas, not the Geomancy one, the Rainbow Force one is the one you're going to want. Then we're also playing a 2-2 line of Spritzy Aromatisse. It doesn't really matter what Spritzy you use. I mean, the Sweet Scent one's probably better, but I mean, they all have 50 HP, same retreat cost, so it's really just to get you to evolve into Aromatisse here, to be able to use Fairy Transfer to move our energies around, provided we can't get a Xerneas set up in time. We can also use some of our other Pokemon to attack. The last basic and the one thing counting for our steel count on our bench is 1 copy of the Stardust Jirachi to be able to disrupt all of the decks that rely on special energy. We're going to be playing an EX version of the deck. So we'll start off with our waters. We're going to be playing 2 copies of Breakpoint's Manaphy EX. This is for Aquatube. It's very much like the expanded Darkrai, where any Pokemon that has a water energy attached to it has no retreat cost. So some of the things that we play in this deck will allow, we play 4 copies of Rainbow energy. That will allow at least 4 Pokemon to have no retreat cost, which is very nice. The next water we play is 1 copy of Seismitoad EX, just for disruption. Now we'll go into the Psychics. We play 2 copies of Hoopa EX for our Psychic count, and because we're playing a lot of EXs, he helps us dig them out. We are also playing 1 copy of Lucario EX for fighting. Missile Jab and Corkscrew Smash can be devastating. You'll probably never have to power up a Somersault Kick, and I'm sorry if you ever do. 1 copy of Sceptile EX for our Grass type, and also we can hit for Sleep Poison, or a combo with another card in this deck for Unseen Claw can also be very, very nice, especially against Seismitoad matchups. We're playing 1 copy of Manectric EX because Overrun is really good for hitting bench, and it doesn't require special energy for it, and it's a good lightning count. We're playing 1 copy of Malamar EX, which also combos with our Sceptile because of Hyper Hypnosis. You attach an energy to him, you put him to sleep, you Fairy Transfer it up to your Sceptile, you get it active, and then you hit him for big numbers. We're playing 1 copy of Shaman EX for draw power and for a colorless count. So if you're paying attention, not counting Fairy, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types we can have on the bench. Which means we'll be hitting for 170 before weaknesses and before any Pokemon tools or anything like that. So this deck can be hit huge numbers. For supporters, we're playing 4 Professor Sycamore to accelerate through our deck. 1 Skyla to find the trainers that we might need. We might need a stadium. We might need a different supporter for next turn. We might need an item. Who knows? Skyla can help with that. We play 1 copy of Judge for hand disruption. 1 copy of Hexmaniac to turn off our opponent's pesky abilities. 1 copy of Bridget to be able to get our Xerneases and our Spritzys in play. 1 copy of Lysander to control what we knock out. Arguably, this could be 2 copies. If you could find something to cut, let me know in the comment section. We're playing 1 copy of AZ to be able to pick things up out of the active. Maybe they don't have a Rainbow energy on them, or pick up a Xerneas that has a lot of damage. We don't mind losing the energies. For items, we play kind of a small item count, which is sometimes why I'm okay playing just one copy of Lysander, because Trevenant really isn't that big of a problem for the deck. Wobbuffet is, but Trevenant really isn't. 4 copies of Ultra Ball to grab all of our combo pieces. 4 Versus Seekers to get our supporters back. 3 copies of Fighting Fury Belt to power up our Xerneas. Makes him a 160 HP that can hit for 1. No, that's 30 damage, not 20. Excuse me. So with 8, we're doing 250. Without, we're doing 260. I think we're knocking out Wailords at that point. So, big damage. We'll play 3 copies of Trainer's Mail to be able to dig for everything we need. And 1 copy of Super Rod just to get things back should something go bad. Which it often does with this deck. We're playing 4 copies of Skyfield because we need that big bench set up for all those different types. And for energies, we're playing something a little bit wonky here. We're playing 4 copies of Rainbow Energy to get the Aqua tube going and to get some of our other EX's attacks online should we need to. We're playing 3 copies of Double Colorless Energy to power up either our Seismitoad or our Xerneas. This might get bumped to 4, not quite sure yet. And then we're playing 5 copies of Fairy Energy just to be able to move around with Fairy Transfer and power up different attacks. The main point of this deck is to attack with our Xerneas after we've loaded up a huge bench, which does seem like a huge Herculean task, but the deck can do it quite well. I will say, however, that this deck does really benefit from being an expanded because you get things like Prism Energy. You can run 1 Darkrai, 1 Manaphy, which means you always have something for free retreat on your bench without taking up 2 slots for 2 water Pokemon that don't really do much. So yeah, I would say this deck is better in expanded, but it could be really fun in standard for something like a league challenge or like a low-key cities or something like that. Could be really fun. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hit that like button to show your support. Share this video with your friends if you think they'd like to build the deck. Let me know if you're going to end up building it in the comment section down below as well. And subscribe to stay up to date on all of the content we put out on this channel. Thank you very much for tuning in to TCG Tuesdays. This is Pallet Town Smeargle, signing out.